All right, shalom, shalom. Back out here again. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh for allowing me to come back out here. And before I do anything, we're going to go to the east and we're going to say, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekahak Radash, shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. Shalom also to the elder bishops out of Connecticut that rule well as well, who also continue to listen and learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Akwa, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. 1 second. Had to give me something to drink. Guys. It's cold. It's hot out here, and it's about to get bad out here with this weather, man. Even though we've been having some nice warm days. Some nice cool days. Salakia. It's about to be really, really hot out here, but that's okay though. I can get my sweat on. I'm not afraid. All right, so we gonna get straight into it. We're not gonna play, man. There's a lot going on, and I'm gonna try to cover some things. Well, first, let's a brother from Zebulon just stopped by before I turned the cameras on, and he stopped and he wanted to know. I guess he seen his flag. This is why I have the flags out. He seen his flag and he wanted to know a little bit. So I because I wasn't sure about his English and I don't have a Spanish interpreter. I just kind of gave him, idea of who he is and who he come from, which is he's from the tribe of Zebulon, and he's from, I guess, from Panama or Guatemala, So I told him, he's from the tribe of Israel, and from the nation of Israel, and his tribe is Zebulon, and he come from a special people, and he should study that. But we do have a lot of our people that chooses to not listen or study or learn. So because of that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to destroy a lot of our people because of their disobedience. Now, one of the curses that took place to us is that we lost our understanding of who we are. This is one of the reasons I put the flags out on my 12 chart, so that because where I come and teach at is a lot of Northern Kingdom here, and most of the time they pass by without understanding of what's going on, and a lot of them they don't even acknowledge or say anything, but they be curious about, so what are you doing? Maybe they think I'm out here selling something, I don't know. But I've been noticing since I've been coming out here, more people has because I guess they see me out here, they come out here and they stop to check to see what's going on. But yeah, this part of this curse is us not knowing who we are, where we come from, and the names, and our name, right? So each should make sure that we don't remember who we are. Okay. This is Isaiah 65:15, and it reads, "And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, For Yahweh thy power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. So we would what? We would be disconnected from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We would not be able to come back to the Lord because of our disobedience. It's starting to get windy out here. So that should be all right. But this is Second Esdras 2:7. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. And this is in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, and also the Apocrypha, okay? That we have been scattered, okay? You can go anywhere. I may just prove it to you. May prove it to you. Let them be scattered. Second Esdras 2:7. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. And this is how we are under the situation. We are in the situations that we're in as a people, hating one another, not knowing where we come from, committing sin after sin, iniquity, robbing and stealing, sin, and doing the things, abortions and all these things that contribute to destroying our people every day. We are guilty of. And Esau, he goes to the Lord like, look at your people. They don't deserve to have the blessing. As if Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai don't see what they're doing. Shucks. I wanted to get another scripture. And it reads, Jeremiah 2:20. For of old time I have broken thy yoke, and burst thy bands, and thou saidest, I would not transgress. When upon every high hill, and every green tree, thou wanderest, playing the harlot. So, I'm gonna get it in the GNT, what I had it in. But pretty much, we said to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that we're gonna do what's right. And then we broke that covenant. So in the GNT, Jeremiah 2:20, and the subheading says, Israel refuses to worship Yahweh. And it reads, the sovereign Yahweh says, Israel, long ago, you rejected my authority. You refused to obey me and worship me. Even, Shalakia, on every high hill and under every green tree, you worship fertility gods. I planted you like a choice vine for the very best seed. But look what you have become. You are like a rotten, worthless vine. Even if you washed with the strongest soap, I would still see the stain of your guilt. So we have really gone off from being one with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This is why he had to send Yahweh Shai so we can get out of here, man. And this is only for the remnant, because 2/3 of our people have become nothing but more rotten and more filthy than they have ever been. Okay? The Lord's not accepting that back. Number one, he told you that the flesh and blood would not inherit the kingdom. Let's get that scripture real quick. 1 Corinthians 15:50. And it reads, now this I say, brethren, that the flesh in blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. So 2/3 of these people on this board have to be destroyed. They have to be destroyed because they are wicked as hell, just like the heathen, and that's what they follow. Let's go ahead and get some more scripture. Baruch 2 and 4. Moreover, he had, now again, I'm going to prove to you that the Israelites, you people on this board, from the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament, all blends together, that we were scattered all amongst the nations, okay? This is Baruch. This is in the Apocrypha. Moreover, he had delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about, where Yahweh hath scattered them. Okay? You jump down to 29, and it says, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. So we were separated and became a small nation to all of these nations because we what? Broke the laws, statutes, and commandments. So it became a punishment. Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, paying taxes and such and so, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our power. Okay, so that was the Apocrypha. Now let's go to the Old Testament. We'll talk about the Apocrypha is not validated. Deuteronomy 4:27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So when we go into slavery, we're going to serve gods that we have never known. Okay? Wood and stone. We're going to bow down to Allah. We're going to bow down to Baal. We're going to bow down to JC. All these gods that the Most High have never put before us. Let's get the Old Testament. Easy, simple and easy. For understanding. This is for understanding purposes. Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith Yahweh thy power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, because when you come into this truth and you start getting involved, You coming on the highways and byways and you teaching and you preaching and you reading, you studying and you learning, you start to realize that there is nothing other than Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that can give you comfort. If you're not part of this world, you're going to be disgusted by this world. This world is going to let you down. This world is going to frustrate you. This world is going to send demons after you and attack you. And you're trying to figure out why and what. And if that's the case, it's because you don't study enough to understand why and what. Because the why and what is in here in the scriptures, man. So you have to confide in the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, in order for you to make it, in order for you to get by, in order for you to get through. Ezekiel 20:34, and I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. You jump down to lucky 41, and it reads, I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. Now, who's he talking about? He's talking about Israel, but he is talking about the elect of Israel. Okay? So, I got some more scripture. Jeremiah 9:16. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known. And I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. This is what is going on with our people, man. Now they about to get ready to start with this with the Hunter V, and that's going to spread. In weeks, it's going to be all over this country, and it's going to take people out. It's not going to just be sick. It's going to take people out. Shalakia. Yo.
That picture says November 2016.
Okay.
Of the car. So this is what 2016.
Yeah.
I feel like that's about right.
Yeah. Because I was working at that place.
November 2016.
Yeah, because it was around my birthday, and I was working at that place. Chambly, Dunwoody.
I remember.
Yeah. And that was about 10 years ago. That was about 10 years ago. Because I was just about to get ready to leave that place soon. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, dear.
Yeah, Salakia for that. Joel 3:2. I will gather all the nations and I will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and I will plead with them. Yehoshaphat is Yahweh's judgment. Shaphat is judgment. Yahweh is he exists. And I will plead with them for their and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So that heritage is what? That's your land, right? And let's get plead. Plead, to judge, govern, punish. So the Most High is going to punish them for us. Okay? The Most High is going to punish these people because of what they have done to us. Salakia. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on, man. And one of the things is these gas prices. These gas prices are way out of control, but it's going to get worse, man. They talk about what states have the highest gas prices, but it's crazy. In Miami right now, gas prices is $6 a gallon. Well, I'm looking at diesel tax and gas tax. In Florida, it's 4. In Michigan, it's 5. I'll make sure I'm reading that right. Yeah, well, it says gas hits 4.51 and inflation spikes to 3.8. But Trump says he doesn't think about your finances. So lock it for a minute. Yeah, I had to adjust myself there, you know. Yeah, man, gas prices out of control. Ain't nothing going on but the gas prices and the rent. Um, there's so much happening. I don't know where to kind of begin at. So I'm just trying to let the Spirit guide me. Because so much is going on. That you just try to keep up as much as you can with what's happening. So I'm gonna go here, which says Iran issues chilling threat as ceasefire threatened to fall apart amid key disagreements. So let's go into reading some of that key disagreements. And it reads, Express U.S. United States by Miriam Tour. Iran has issued a chilling new threat as the ceasefire currently is in place threatens to fall apart as the two sides continue to disagree over key issues. Iran has now unveiled new threats as it is being reported. Iranian Armed Forces spokesman General Skirachi warns that any more attacks from the United States will trigger a far more severe and powerful response from them. Okay? Let me get a scripture. Joel 3:10, and it reads, Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So Iran is warning America in a chilling way, as they say, that if they continue on, there's going to be much to pay for. And because of that, this WW3 is going to continue to escalate, just as well as everything else that's happening. Jacob's trouble and everything else that's happening is going to continue to escalate. The more and more I come out here, the more and more I see more people that be trying to check me out. But we're not doing no debates. Last week I was out here and had a man come out here talking about debates and do you want to debate? Can we have a conversation? No, I don't want to have a conversation. I'm not here to conversate with you. I'm here to lecture you and teach you the scriptures. If you got questions, I have answers, and if not, then you can go about your way. I'm not here to go back and forth as if I'm here to learn something from you, because I'm not. I have teachers, I have apostles, I have elders, I have prophets that I listen and learn from. All right, and that's that. And moving forward. Again, the WAWA Iran reports that in response to reports asking about recent rhetoric from Washington, the general said, repeating any act of foolishness to compensate for America's loss of face in the third imposed war against Iran will yield no results for the country other than receiving more crushing and severe blows. So Iran is not letting down, and neither is America. And eventually, even though we know, I may speak about that, even though we know Trump just went over there with the technocrats to China, you ask yourself, well, what they go over there for? They go over there. They went over there because they're in unison with one another, even though there's war brewing. They're still in unison with one another to what? Have an NWA, or a New World Order, to happen where everything goes digital. Because that's what we're heading to. Soon, everything will be digital. And I know you have been warned before, plenty of times, that everything will soon be digital, okay? The senior military official claims the Trump administration is operating from a position of desperation, which they are, and warned forces are prepared to deploy aggressive, unannounced tactical measures, and in the event of renewed conflict. It comes after Donald Trump sent an annihilation warning to Iran with a chilling deal ultimatum. Wow. So here's a point. It says largest, because remember too that Ukraine and Russia are also still in war with one another. So there's a lot going on. That's why I said there's so much happening. Is what do you deal with? The largest Ukraine drone strike of war hits Moscow, leaving 3 dead and airports in chaos. Officials warn about increased nuclear threats from Iran's expanding arsenal. The broadcaster reports that General Skirichi said the desperate United States president must know that if these threats materialize, a new aggression is launched against Iran. Their assets and depleted military will face new offensive, surprising, and storm-like scenarios. He concluded by warning that American troops would find themselves trapped in a crisis of their own making. And really, it's the making of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let me get a scripture. Um, Bear me 1 minute. trying to get the right wording for it. You know what? I'm gonna do this. The scripture, the deceived and the deceiver. I've been trying to. Well, why? Job 12 and 16. And it reads, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh judges fools. And this is what Babylon is today. They're fools. Like the article says, they're trapped in a crisis of their own making, adding that they will sink into a self-inflicted quagmire, which is the direct result of the president's adventurous policies. Let's get that word quagmire. I've never seen that one before. I never heard of that before. Let me see. Quagmire. Quagmire. Soft, wet, boogie land. 1570s. Obsolete. Quag is from obsolete quag, bog. Maya, early spellings related to spellings are related include quagmire. In the 1500s, the extended sense, a difficult situation. Quagmire, a difficult situation. Okay. Inescapable bad position is recorded by 1766, but this seems to have been not in common use in much. Let me see. So what I got is Jeremiah Jeremiah 51 and 7, and it reads, matter of fact, let me read it in the GNT. Bear with me, man. I'm by myself here. I just wanted to get the book out today. Water. Jeremiah 51 and 7, and it reads, Babylonia was like a gold cup in the hand, making the whole world drunk. The nations drank its wine and went out of their minds. Babylonia has suddenly fallen and is destroyed. Mourn over it. Get medicine for its wounds, and maybe it can be healed. It's not going to be healed, baby. All right? It's not going to be healed out here. I'm going to do a little bit of GNT right here because I wanted to get it out. So I'm going to go to scriptures and get it in the GNT. Just trying something different, man. Get too comfortable with reading reading off the phone, because they're gonna shut that down real soon. Isaiah 13 and 19. Babylonia is the most beautiful kingdom of all. It is the pride of its people. But I, Yahweh, will overthrow Babylon as I did Sodom and Gomorrah. No one will ever live there again. Woo! No wandering Arab will ever pitch a tent there, and no shepherd will ever pasture a flock there. You hear that? Destruction, man. And this is what Nero is doing. He is setting it up so that these things may happen. Revelation 18 and 2. He cried out in a loud voice, she has fallen. Great Babylon has fallen. She is now haunted by demons and unclean spirits. All kinds of filthy and hateful birds live in her. That filthy birds, as these devils, including our own people, man. Including our own people, man. Jump down to verse 18. And cried out as they saw the smoke from the flames that consumed her. There never has been another city like this great city. They threw dust on their heads. They cried and mourned, saying, how terrible, how awful. For the great city, she is the city where all who have ships sailing in the seas became rich of her wealth, and in 1 hour she has lost everything. Yahweh Shai is going to destroy everything with this devil. There's a collapse coming, man. Actually, I'll go back to verse 11. How you doing, my friend? Revelation 18 and 11, and it reads, the merchants of the earth also cry and mourn for her, because no one buys their goods any longer. No one buys their gold, silver, precious stones, and pearls, their goods of linen, purple cloth, silk, and scarlet cloth, all kinds of rare woods, and all kinds of objects made of ivory and of expensive wood, of bronze, iron, and marble. So we are definitely looking forward to this place being destroyed, man. Jeremiah 50 and 23. Babylonian had hammered the whole world to pieces, and now that hammer is shattered. All the nations are shocked at what has happened to this country. Babylon is going to be destroyed, man. Go back to Isaiah. What I had right there. Two. We'll hold that one. And I got Ezekiel 7 and 19. And it reads, they will throw their gold and silver away in the street like garbage, because neither silver nor gold can save them when the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai pours out his fury. Now, the Spirit wanted me to go into, because that wasn't what I was going, but started talking a little bit about the military. So, this is what Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai through the Spirit wanted. And we are so looking forward to this place being destroyed, man. Isaiah 19 and 2. Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt. Egypt is synonymous with Babylon, which is America. And turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy the plans frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. They will ask their idols to help them. They're going to ask Satan. They're going to be praying to Satan. Why we're not winning like we've been winning? And they will go and consult mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. I will hand the Egyptians over to a tyrant, to a cruel king who will rule them. I, Yahweh Almighty, have spoken. So that cruel king, that cruel Lord is who? They've been going over this for a while now. That's Nero. Second Esdras 15 and 14. I'll read to 19. The world and the people in it are doomed. I think the Lord just wanted me to go into the GNT today, man. Woo! The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overcome another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion. Wherever people live, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Good News Translation, yo. Bear with me. Jeremiah 49:24, the subheader says, Yahweh's judgment on Damascus. The people of Damascus are weak and have fled in terror. They are in pain and they are in pain and misery, like a woman in labor. The famous city that used to be happy is completely deserted. On that day, her young men will be killed in the city streets and all her soldiers destroyed. I will set the walls of Damascus on fire and will burn down King Ben-Hadad's palaces. I, Yahweh Almighty, have spoken. Isaiah 24:10. And the city is in chaos. The people lock themselves in their houses for safety. We're coming close to that. People shout in the streets because there is no more wine. Happiness is gone forever. It has been banished from the land. The city is in ruins, and its gates have been broken down. So how is the city gates have been broken down? With sleeper cells. Sleeper cells are in the land. Sleeper cells are here in America. And sleeper cells, it's kind of like the Greeks versus the Trojans. And in order for the Greeks to break the walls down, to get into the city of Troy, they tricked the Trojans by what? They made the Trojan horse, which was a sleeper cell, and they actually stayed inside the horse. Now the plan was to what? Open the gates of Troy in the middle of the night that the rest of the Greeks can come in and destroy Troy because they couldn't breach the walls. So they had to do it from within, which is another way of saying sleeper cells. So Babylon also is going to be destroyed from within, right? Because they're going to allow sleeper cells to come in, which they already have under the Biden administration. And now these sleeper cells are waiting to be activated. That way they can cause confusion and destruction within. Oh yeah, this place is going to be breached. Nahum 3:1, and it reads, "Doomed is the lying, murderous city, full of wealth, to be looted and plundered. Listen, the crack of the whip, the rattle of the wheels, the gallop of the horses, the jointing of the chariots." And it reads, the subheading says, "Doom on the unrighteous." And we understand that the unrighteous is not just Esau, but is also you 2/3 on this board, man. Habakkuk 2:6. "The conquered people will taunt their conquerors and show their scorn for them. They will say, 'You take what isn't yours, but you are doomed. How long will you go on getting rich by forcing your debtors to pay up?'" Soon we're out of here. We up out of here, man. Malachi 4:1, the subheading says, "The day of Yahweh is coming." Yahweh Almighty says the day is coming when all proud and evil people will burn like straw. You ever seen straw burn? It gets black, it starts to bubble up, and it depletes. How would that happen here? From nuclear fire, man. Yahweh Almighty says the day is coming when all proud and evil people will burn like straw. On that day, they will burn, and there will be nothing left of them. But for you who obey me, my saying, power will rise on you like the sun and bring healing like the sun's rays. God, Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Let's get 2 Peter. 2 Peter 3 and 10. And it reads, but the day of Yahweh will come like a thief. On that day, the heavens will disappear with a shrill noise. The heavenly bodies will burn up and be destroyed, and the earth with everything in it will vanish. Revelation 17 and 16. The ten horns you saw, and the beast will hate the prostitute. That's Babylon. So the 10 horns is what? We know is NATO, the EU, right? They're going to hate America, which they already do. There was a survey done about the most hated countries in the world. And I think the top 3 is Israel first, America second, and North Korea, I think, third. The 10 horns you saw, and the beast will hate the prostitute. They will take away everything she has and leave her naked. They will eat her flesh and destroy her with fire. That's those nuclear warheads. For the Most High have placed in their hearts the will to carry out his purpose by acting together and giving to the beasts their power to rule until the Most High words come true. The woman you saw in this great city that rules over the kings of the earth. Okay? So I'll be back to say you edified with that, man. I was running a little late today. Had some other things to do, but you know, thank the Wadi Yahweh for me, allowing me to get out here to speak his name and to praise his name and his son's name, whose name is Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm going to say, Kohol Lo Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKadosh, Shalom, salutations, and double honors again to the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and Shalom to the elect, Abba Bor. Shalom.